Hello. Okay, this is it's gonna be another video on vegetarianism. However, it's not gonna be a video about the moral or ethical views of vegetarianism, um, which are my reasons for being a vegetarian. My reason is because I don't believe that any animal should suffer on the account of humans, because humans are the only creature that is that are destroying the planet. But yeah, personally, I'd rather die than be responsible for the death of one animal. But a lot of people don't like animals as much as I do. So here are some other reasons. Um, Reasons about like the planet. We should how the meat industry is extremely bad for the planet, and how vegetarianism is helping the planet. So I'm just going to give you some facts here, because I mean everyone has to care about something. Whether you care about animals, care about your health, or you care about the planet, either one of those, there's reason to be a vegetarian. So this is about the planet. Okay. Meat is the single most significant factor contributing to the destruction of the planet. Um, However, it's a factor that we all control as individuals. We have the choice to either help the planet or destroy the planet. Okay. Meat causes deforestation, um, in the form of forests being turned into farmland for the animals to be turned into meat. Okay. You might say there's not that much forest being turned into farms. I just don't see it. Well, the fact is there is equivalent to 7 football fields of forest being destroyed every minute. That's a lot of forest. Um, 40% of the rainforest in Central America has been cut down in the last 40 years. A large portion of which have been gone to cattle farms. Um, so in this rainforest, the rainforest is not the same kind of forest we have here. Rainforest has so many animals, so many different plants that have medicinal purposes. They're really rare plants, but they have medicinal purposes that could potentially um, cure all kinds of diseases. But we're just destroying the forest because um, we want meat. Because yeah, Big Macs are way more valuable than medicine. Good job. Okay, and yeah, these plants are just getting destroyed. And also in America, 80% of agricultural 80% of agricultural I cannot say agricultural anyways, I can't say the word. I'm trying to say you probably know what I'm trying to say anyways. I just mean 80% of farmland in the United States is being used to raise animals for food. Um, Animals being raised on a farm takes a lot more energy and a lot more water than and produce a lot more waste than farms that are used to grow vegetables and wheat, which we would live just fine off because there's enough protein. There's substitutes for protein. There's substitutes for anything in meat. There's substitutes in the natural food world. Okay, water consumption. Um, we know water is a rather important source for us humans. We need it to survive, but and there's only 1% of the world's water that we could actually drink. But however, 50% of the 1% of water that's left is being used for the meat industry to water the grains, um, to water, to feed, to make the animals drink. Oh yeah, I forgot to make a point before when I was saying the farmlands that are being cut down. You might say, okay, yeah, well, you have to cut down forests to make grain and to make vegetables also. True, but see what the meat industry is doing. 1 second. Okay. What the meat industry is doing is they're cutting down trees to make room for their animals. Then they're cutting down trees to make room for their grain, which they feed the animals. But the grain alone that they are using to feed the animals is plenty enough for humans to survive on. But instead they're feeding it to the animals, which they're later on killing and feeding to us. So they're, yeah, see, it's retarded. They're cutting down double the amount of forest just to feed, just to use the meat for food. Um, Ridiculous. I don't understand how the government is letting this go on. Um, they're making such a big deal about deforestation. Environmentalists are saying, cut down a tree, plant 10. Well, just don't cut down any at all. Just stop eating meat, and the problems are gone. Like the Earth's problems are gone once you stop eating meat. Once you make the decision to stop eating meat, you are helping the environment. So any stupid person that says, "Oh, vegetarians do nothing," vegetarianism is pointless because the animals are already dead. You don't change anything. We're saving the planet. You people that eat meat are not saving the planet. I'm sorry, but you're not. So don't say anything to vegetarianism, to any vegetarians about they're not doing the right thing. Okay, and yeah, so I already discussed the water, how half of the water is going to animals. Um, there's so many animals because they're being multiplied insanely fast. They're getting fed so much because they're getting fat, and the meat industry just wants them to get fat so they could feed them to us, so they can make a Big Mac. Okay. So pollution. This one is a funny one. Oh yes, so funny. Animals raised for food produce 130 times more excrement. That means crap than all human population put together, for a grand total of 87,000 pounds of crap each second. So animals crap a lot. You know why? Because they're being fed so much. Because they get fat. They have to get really, really fat. So you can make a Big Mac, which contains a lot of fat. Um, yeah, so you might say, what's the big deal? It's just crap. Who cares? It gets absorbed into the earth. Yeah, well, there's only a certain amount of crap that could be absorbed without having a detriment to the planet. When there's millions of pounds, almost a billion of pounds, when there's millions of pounds of crap being absorbed by the planet every day, there's bound to be some consequences. And also, this is where the crap goes from funny to kind of scary. The the crap contains gases which are the leading cause to global warming. You might say you don't hear that because do you think the meat industry wants you to hear about that? No, they say, oh, you shouldn't drive cars when you don't have to. You shouldn't leave your car running. Well, did you know a vegetarian could leave his car running 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and still cause less global warming than one meat eater? Because supporting the meat industry is the worst thing you can do. You don't believe me? Search it up yourself. Um, all this crap has also polluted 27,000 miles of rivers. So that's our water. Rivers is what we drink from. So we only have 1% left. We can't swim in that water. You think we could drink it? The ones that have been polluted with crap, it's poisonous, man. That's disgusting. Don't even go there. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say. There's a lot more to be said, but I just did research for half an hour, took out a few points. There's pages and pages of points. Um, Meat industry is ruining the earth, and there's no way the government's going to stop it because the government's making millions and millions of dollars on the sales. Same thing with cigarettes. We know cigarettes kill people, but you don't see the government stopping them because the government's making billions of dollars every single year on cigarette taxes. But they don't care that people are dying. Really not. So do you think they're going to stop the meat industry from destroying the planet? No, they're not because they're making money. Um, that's all the time I have. In this video, um, more than 50, in this length of video, more than 50 million pounds of crap were made by animals, which is all going to global warming. Thanks a lot for supporting the meat industry. Keep up the good work. You're defeating the earth. Yes. Good job. Okay. Anyways, just yeah, look at Meet Your Meat. That's the reason why I'm a vegetarian. And thanks for watching the video. Go do some research. Thank you. Bye.